Welcome. Let's build art and courage together. Have you ever felt that strange heaviness in your chest, that tight silence in your throat, that invisible storm inside your heart? But your eyes, they stay dry. No tears, no sound, no proof. And yet inside you, everything is breaking. Sometimes everything in you is crying except your eyes. We live in a world where tears are considered proof of pain. If you cry, people believe you are hurt. If you doesn't cry, they think you are strong. But what about the pain that doesn't leak from the eyes? What about the sadness that becomes so deep, so old that it forgets how to flow? There's a kind of pain that doesn't scream. It doesn't beg for attention. It just sits quietly in your chest, like a heavy stone, and you carry it every day. Maybe you are going through so much that your heart learned to suffer in silence. Maybe you are cried so much before that now your tears are dried. Or maybe you become strong for everyone else and forget how to be soft for yourself. There's a quote that says, "The strongest people are not those who show strength in front of us, but those who win battles we know nothing about." And sometimes those battles are silent, completely silent. You wake up, you smile, you talk, you joke, you post pictures, and you reply, "I am fine." But deep inside, you are not fine. Your heart feels heavy, your thoughts are loud, your soul feels exhausted, yet your eyes doesn't cry. Why? Because sometimes pain grows up with you. It matures, it becomes disciplined, it learns how to sit quietly. It doesn't spell anymore. In today's world, people are expert at hiding. We hide behind filters, behind productivity, achievements, and we hide behind busy. We say, "I'm just tired," but the truth is, we are emotionally tired, mentally tired, spiritually tired, and sometimes we are crying from inside without even knowing why. Have you ever felt like this? You sit alone at night and no one is around. Everything is quiet, but your chest feels tight. You are not exactly sad. You are not exactly angry. You are not exactly depressed. You are just heavy. And you doesn't know how to explain it. That's the kind of crying that doesn't need tears. There's a line in poetry that says, "My eyes are dry, my eyes are dry, but my heart is drowning." And maybe that's you. Maybe you doesn't cry anymore because you cried enough before. Maybe life taught you that tear doesn't always change everything or anything. So now, instead of tears, you swallow the pain. You carry it in your chest, in your silence, in your late night overthinking. People think strength means not crying, but real strength is feeling everything and still choosing to move forward. Sometimes your eyes doesn't cry because you become strong, but listen carefully. Being strong all the time is exhausting. Even the strongest heart need rest. Even the bravest soul needs softness. Even you need to be held sometimes. The problem with silent pain is that no one notices it. When someone cries loudly, people rush to help. But when someone smiles quietly while breaking inside, no one sees, no one asks. And sometimes you doesn't even want them to ask because explaining your pain feels harder than carrying it. There's another quote: "I'm tired of trying to be strong in situations that break me." And maybe you relate to that. Maybe you are the strong one in your family, the mature one in your friend circle, the responsible one in every situation. So you learn to cry without tears. You learn to break without noise. You learn to suffer without witnesses. But let me tell you something really important. Just because your eyes doesn't cry doesn't mean your pain is small. Just because you smile doesn't mean you are healed. Just because you are silent doesn't mean you're okay. Your silent battles are still battles. Your invisible scars are still scars. Your quiet pain is still pain and it deserves acknowledgement. Sometimes when you stop crying from your eyes, it's not because you stopped feeling, it because you felt too much. Your heart went through storms that your tears couldn't handle anymore. And now you're become calm on the outside, but inside there's a still rain. Modern life makes this worse. We scroll through social media and see everyone happy, perfect photos, perfect couples, perfect success, and we think, why am I the only one struggling? But what you didn't see is that many of those smiling faces are also crying from inside. Not everyone who laughs loudly is happy, not everyone who looks calm is peaceful. Sometimes people are just very good actors. There's a beautiful line inspired by an old wisdom. Be gentle with yourself. You are carrying things and no one can see. Listen that again, okay? Be gentle with yourself. You are carrying things no one can see. You are crying things. You are carrying things no one can see, okay? Of course, you are tired. Of course, you feel heavy. And of course, sometimes your heart acts without tears. You have been strong for too long. But here's something really important. Crying from inside is not weakness, it's your heart asking to be heard. Maybe your eyes are dry because your soul is waiting for understanding and not just sympathy. There's a one way to release pain, but there's not the only way. Sometimes healing starts not with crying, but with admitting, I'm just, I'm not just okay, even if you only admit it to yourself. There's something powerful about sitting alone and finally saying, yes, I am hurting, without judging yourself, without comparing yourself, without saying others have it worse. Pain is not about competition. Your struggle doesn't become smaller because someone else is struggling too. If your heart hurts, it hurts, and that matters. You know what's the beautiful though? The fact that you are still here, still breathing, still trying, still waking up every morning, even when your heart feels heavy. That's courage. If no one claps for it, even if no one notices it, even if your eyes never cry. Sometimes the most beautiful, powerful people are the ones who sit in silence and fight battles no one knows about. And maybe that's you. Maybe your tears stopped because you transformed them into strength. Maybe your silence is not emptiness. Maybe it's resilience. But remember this, strength doesn't mean you have to suffer alone. Even the strongest tree needs sunlight, even the deepest ocean needs the moon, and even the toughest heart needs love. So, you doesn't always have to be the strong one. You doesn't always have to be the silent one. And it's okay to open up. It's okay to talk. It's okay to say, I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, I'm not okay. Those words doesn't make you weak, they make you human. Let me leave you with this thought. Sometimes everything in you is crying except your eyes. And that's okay because even silent pain is still valid. If your heart feels heavy right now, take a deep breath. Place your hand on your chest. Feel that heartbeat. That proves you survived every hard day before this one. You survived things that once felt impossible. You survived nights you thought would break you, and you will survive this too. Maybe your eyes doesn't cry anymore, but your heart still feels. As long as you can feel, you can heal slowly, quietly, gently. So, if you are one of those people who cry from inside but keep smiling outside, I'll see you. Your silent strength is powerful, your quiet endurance is admirable, and your invisible pain is not invisible to the one who created you. You are not weak, you are not broken beyond repair. You are just human, and sometimes everything in you cries. Accept your eyes. Be gentle with yourself. You have been strong for so long, and maybe, just maybe, it's time to let your heart rest. And as you sit with your quiet heart, remember this: your pain doesn't define you, it shapes you, it teaches you, it reminds you that you are still alive, still feeling, still human. It's okay if your eyes doesn't cry, it's okay if your soul carries storms silently. What matters is that you are moving forward, one breath, one heartbeat, one small step at a time. Let your heart speak, even if no one else hears. Be kind to yourself. Honor the battles you fight in silence. Because one day, these silent tears will not just remain inside, they will transform into your strength, your wisdom, and your light. That's all for today. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. See you later in the next video. Stay away from the negative thoughts and negative people. Goodbye.